call that?
Where is it?
All right. No,
What the
I don't
hell?
know why did you press something while we were... Okay, I'm listening.
No, I pushed something and then I tried to put it over onto this side so I could start it when we need. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Well, I just do the countdown.
We don't want to count down.
Okay, we're gonna do the blue slate.
We
So
just want everyone to. We just want to say,
Okay, here we go. Now I get it. Okay, here we go. So you ready?
always.
Okay, here we go. See you on the other side. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Jimmy.
Whoops. It's not going away.
What's happened? What's happened, Jimmy?
It's not letting us just be you and me. What's up with that?
What? What's going on?
I'm just trying to keep it you and me here.
You and me.
But the blue slate won't go away.
Hang on, what's going on now? Look, everything's happening.
Now we got 4 people here.
Yeah, we got me as well. Yeah, double
including
me.
the blue slate.
Yeah, but now we can get rid of double me because now we're live on my personal channels, and to do that we had to invite me, even because I'm not actually on my channels at the moment. Everyone, I'm on ShineCast right now. It's very confusing for those that don't know. That includes Jimmy Heaven, apparently. Right.
The big thing is that the blue slate doesn't want to go away, and that's the big problem here. We'll put blue slate in the middle.
No, it's simple. It's real simple. Let me just push the blue slate. Hang on, which way is it? It's that way over there. Look, just push it out the way, right? Good. Okay.
Oh, how'd you do that?
That's what I...
You're making me look like a fool without teaching me all the tricks.
Right. Yeah, I'll make you look. Should I do that? That's better for a start. You've got to get us on the right side. It's a bit like when you have those chat shows with the, 2 comedians. I think we're a little away from that yet, but they're always on the same side, so people know which one's which. They have that in the UK.
Mark from Los Angeles. Hello.
Yeah, Mark. Mark is. Do you know Mark? Do you know who Mark is?
No, I have no. Who is Mark?
Mark is one of the main men behind the idea of Haps and making a dream.
We're enjoying your platform.
Should we get the title? Let me just do us a favor here and roll the titles properly.
I thought we did that already. Cheers.
Well, we didn't quite. We'll come back to you.
I think that was enough.
Me over here in England, London, and we'll do this right now.
Again?
Why not? We've got to do it. If you do it, you got to do it right. Stand by.
Okay, do it. Come on,
Jimmy. Here we go. ShineCast, take 2. I think we're getting on top of things here at ShineCast, everyone. Welcome. Friday the 29th of January 2021. It's the final one for this month. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce my guest. He's over there in Nagoya, Japan. Look at that. How smooth, Jimmy. Look at that. Happens on the haps.tv platform.
Even if it's messed up, I don't want to do it a third time, okay?
Do you think it was messed up? Could you do better?
Well, I think the messed up version is okay too. It's once in a while, it's not supposed to be perfect. Okay, see you, Mark.
Is he off already?
Nice for was it checking in?
I didn't realize he said he was off. Or I know he's just joined us.
Who's wow, love that open. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Dean, who's Dean from the U.S.? Nice to meet you, Dean.
Dean, well, we've got Dean, we've got Mark, and you as well, if you'd like to comment, please do, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, the doomed Periscope is going to be sunset in about 10 weeks now, and of course you should be on Haps. Get over to haps.tv, check out the website, sign up, join the community. It's great conversation that's taking place right now. You've got people like Randy Horton, some guy called Jimmy Heaven. We might meet him soon, sooner rather than later. Who else do we have? Oh, don't forget Bobby Bicker if you're into your art, and many, many more people. But of course, you can also download the app on the iOS store as well as the Android store. And we'll just go find out more by using your favorite search engine if you can't find out specifically what you need to and want to know on the actual website. But hey, you know what? The guys are so amenable as well and approachable. You got Mark Goldman, who's just been joining us there. We have the wonderful Peter over, I think he's up in the Northwest in Seattle, certainly in Washington State.
From Florida.
And then Pablo as well.
Pete says he's from, was it Florida? What are you talking about?
You're talking about Pete in Florida. That's a different person. I'm talking about Peter Bittner, who's a part of the HAPS team and very much in charge of, or at least tasked to some degree with making sure the community kind of is evolving well and community relations, if you like, and that sort of thing. But this is Pete in Florida, who I saw the other day showing us some boats in one of the harbors or marinas there in Florida. I seem to remember. I think it's somewhere he goes regularly. Pete, thanks so much for that award. Again, very much appreciated. You can give all broadcasters awards support ultimately, because, you know, particularly the people that are out and about mobile, the data isn't free, the device isn't free, nothing's free unfortunately in this world apart from apparently the air we breathe. But you know what, Jimmy, how long before things change there, huh?
Well, we're doing good in Japan. We're not in such a bad situation. You know, not like London. How are things in London? I mean, what's going on? Are we moving along with the vaccinations or what?
We are going to come back to that in just a moment after I ask the question, because there's a delay. So while I'm talking, it'd be good to know from Dean where is it Waiwatosa? Waiwatosa. Yeah. And Pete, as we know, is in which part of Florida? Remind us, please, Pete. The Sunshine State there. And we have Sport for the Blind. Hello to you. Thanks for joining. Don't forget also, please, I should just mention right now.
Spokane.
Share, like, and follow, please do,
Washington.
because things are going to get really interesting here. And also, I'll just put in, for what it's worth, on my own channels as well, at Martin Shine, because I'm going to be doing some out and about mobile stuff soon, certainly on there, if not sooner on ShineCast. The vaccine. Oh, we've had, goodness me, talk about politics. So the UK signed up really early on to the pharmaceuticals for delivery of the vaccine when it was prepared and tried and tested. And that was 3 months ahead of countries like Germany and others in the European Union. And of course, we've had Brexit now, meaning that the EU is now not connected with the UK any longer.
Congratulations.
Anyway. Right.
Congratulations.
So the UK, I don't know, summertime 2020 had signed up for one of the first countries to have delivery take place of the vaccine when it was approved. And so that was a contract. And then 3 months later, other countries had signed their deal. So we've been taking delivery here in the UK of the vaccine recently, and it's been, taking place, all the injections for many, many people now. And suddenly Europe's not happy because they think that, I think it's Pfizer, please forget me if I'm wrong, but if not them, another pharmaceutical, I know they're involved, they're being accused of effectively giving too much vaccine to the UK, and there's not enough supplies to Europe and Germany and other countries. But hold on, Germany's complaining, why is Germany not taking delivery right now of enough vaccine or the amount that they thought they were going to receive? But you know what? Germany hasn't even approved that vaccine yet. And they've even suggested that the UK should send back part of their quota and have it redistributed across the EU.
Screw them.
And you know
wasn't there 10 deaths in Germany already?
I'm not sure what's going on.
I think it was 10 vaccine deaths, 36 in Norway.
But the other thing that's just been announced in the last, 36 hours, and it's big news here, is that there's, I think, a brand new vaccine that is even better than all of them. And that's been developed, I think, in the north or northeast of England.
Try some vitamin C. And vitamin D.
I think just try some sensibility right now, yeah, and just as I say, take it easy. Wherever we go, just take precautions, And as I say, we've just got to live life more sensibly, more socially distanced. Because remember, as we've been saying, even when you take the vaccine, how do you know that you're not one of the few people? I say few, 5% apparently are not going to be protected by any of the vaccines. So until you come into contact with someone and you know they've had COVID or they're a carrier of COVID, how do you know what's going to happen to you? And this is the thing. It's kind
life.
of weird. Right. What's going on with the comments? They can't cure the common
Okay,
cold.
so
Yeah, right.
Dean from Wisconsin. What's going on in Wisconsin? What's going on in Wisconsin in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin? Are things there? Are you wearing your mask?
Oh boy, there you go. Comments. I just reminded myself that, of course, comments. They're slightly different. There's a few changes in the background on the way the platform works here that we're producing on HAPS. So to put the comments on the screen, it's a little bit different. We're talking about the pronunciation of Wauwatosa.
Wauwatosa. It's very
Dean.
cold in Wisconsin. Wauwatosa, Wisconsin.
Right, there you go. It would be. I think they've had snow there. We had snow in London for at least 24 hours roundabout, and it settled.
So
and
did
then
we.
It disappeared
So did
as
we.
it came. Yeah.
We had wet snow. It was like it was gone by the time it hit the ground.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So no making snow angels, which I'm really looking forward to. I would look forward to every year, but yeah, it's
snow angel.
You don't know what a snow angel is?
I know what a snowman is, and that's kind of an obvious response to you, like most people would have told you.
Come on, you don't know what a snow angel is? You must live in a place where there's no snow.
Right.
Well, you fall into the snow backwards. You wave your hands and your legs up and down.
Right.
And then you step up and you look at it and it looks like an angel. You never made a snow angel?
I don't spend much time in the snow.
Martin,
as you
look at this guy, Dean. Look at Dean. Look at Dean. He's mentioning what we were talking about last week.
I'm listening.
We look what Dean's saying. He's mentioned something we were talking about last week.
What, the taxation of air is still in the committee?
You're very slow. Where is there a delay of the comments coming to you, or is it just I'm getting them faster than you?
Dean's latest comment has just come in, as people can see now on the screen. So if you had it earlier, I think that's got something to do with the fact that it's almost. I mean, you're almost on any moment now. The next day, right? You're over in Japan. You're 9 hours ahead of where I am.
I'm getting it before you. So he's wearing his Doctor. Yeah. Do you actually have a Doctor Who scarf? I'm talking about what was his name? Martin, come on, give it to me. What was his name?
What was whose name?
Doctor Who with a scarf.
Oh, Tom Baker.
Tom Baker. Do you got the Tom Baker scarf? Was it Dean? I would like the Doctor Who scarf, but I would like to pick my own colors. If I could do that, that'd be great. Somebody should do that. You should have like a custom Tom Baker Doctor Who scarf. You can pick the colors in what order you want. Wouldn't that be great?
Possibly. It'd be like it's like a little palette. You know, these the hexadecimal palettes now you get on the computers. Choose a color on your Photoshop or other programs are available when it comes to manipulating images. Can I just say that there is a couple on here, and I've mentioned them before. In fact, they've come into one of I think I mentioned before with you here, Jimmy, on ShineCast, but certainly they've joined me on perhaps at least one broadcast, and I think it's Chris and Martin. And Chris and Martin met at a Doctor Who convention many years ago. They're up in, I think it's Ontario, definitely Canada is where they reside, and they should be joining us. Right? We should. Do you know what? We should send them an invite, shouldn't we? Let's go. Let's do that.
Do it. Oh, look! Yeah. Revolution McInnes has. He's giving you a hint here. He's showing you what a snow angel is. Homer Simpson making a snow angel there. You see it? Thanks, Revolution McInnes.
Wow. Now, I'm not sure if I can find the user, so to speak. They've got, I guess, a joint account on here. I can't find them at the moment. Terrible. Who's going to remind us? Anyone on here who's watching on HAPS right now that happens to know and remind us of who our friends are out there that love Doctor Who, based in Ontario, Canada. There you go.
You're going to have to hit up the nerd convention there.
Do you know what? I tell you, I will be heading to the Doctor Who store at some point in
Doctor Who store.
2021. Yeah, it's not too far away from where I'm currently located as I speak with you. It's probably about 4 or 5 miles from here. It's a bus journey away or a short car drive.
Can't you just take the TARDIS?
I think it's occupied at the moment, actually. Something, and also it's to do with social distancing. You know,
It's
there's some.
huge
Yeah.
in there. It's huge in there. So you're gonna have no problem.
You've given me a great idea. You know what? In and around London, you know that the Doctor Who's TARDIS is based on a police telephone booth box that we used to have 100 years ago, the late 1800s, early 1900s, when there were obviously no cell phones, mobile phones, and none of that. But when we had landlines only, and the police didn't have radios, more to the point, two-way radios, and so there used to be these various points of the city. They would have these boxes, and the police could open them up, make contact with their colleagues. Anyhow, so they are still around London, preserved. For historical reasons, etc., etc. And there are small ones, the originals, but in, I think it is Earl's Court area of London, which is southwest. I seem to recall that's the location that I've seen one that is pretty much, it's big. You can stand probably about 4 or 5 people inside it. It's closed up.
I swear it was bigger than that.
Yeah, I'll have to double check it. I'm pretty sure it's down there in Earl's Court, London. But I'll have to actually visit down there now as well, in that area, as well as the Doctor Who store, which is more in East London as well. So there we have it. All those ideas that I'm getting as I'm speaking with you now. What do we have on the comment? Tom, Carrie Hunger, Revolution Machines.
Car Hunger,
or is it Car Hunger? Is that the? Chris
Machines. It's McInnes. Isn't his name McInnes?
Awesome. No, that's right. That's absolutely who I was looking for. But I don't know why, because I keep seeing there. You know, again, it's a bit like an email address. You have an email address such as londonboy@gmail.com, but your real name might be Dave Smith. Well, in the same way, of course, I keep seeing Chris and Martin on the screen, but as you'll see, their actual username here is Car Hunger. Wow. And if we check out their profile, we just click on the where the comments are here on the HAPS app.
Okay. Do we got somebody from Ireland here? Is this somebody from Ireland?
Walt. Hey, I've got to tell you, thank you so much for joining us there, Walt. Absolutely. Now, I connected with Walt over the last week. He went to broadcast probably in the last, as I say, 5 to 7 days. And he's over there in Ireland, and he was walking with his dog. But the signal was a bit, it wasn't sort of cooperating. His 3-4G signal he thought wasn't too good. But as I said to Walt, it was a great broadcast, the little bit that I caught. And since then, we've been in another broadcast having a brief chat. And yeah, thank you for the award as well. Again, everyone, I really appreciate the awards here and the support. And that really helps us to keep going. And this is the beginning of a very long journey, I hope. Certainly here on the
I should get a third of that, I think. I think I deserve like a third of that.
Well, you know, I mean, time will tell, you know, what you actually deserve, Jimmy, whether it's one of those, 2 of those, or maybe a couple of those, and even my big toes sticking up as well. Who knows? We'll stop there before there's any... cheers, Martin. Too true. Thank you, Walt. Yeah. Walt, what's the weather like there in Ireland at the moment without me checking? Is it snowing at all? Any signs of snow up there? And remind us of which area in Ireland as well. I think it was more to the north of the island of Ireland. I'm just trying to double check now. Wow.
Carlo.
And don't forget, please do share this out as well with people.
He's in the southern. He's in the southern part of it. South east.
What were you saying, Jimmy? You've gone very quiet there.
Southeast, southwest of Dublin, but southeast on the Irish.
I don't know. Wow. Now, is that my Carlo? Right, Carlo. I don't know why I thought it was more to the north and the borders of Northern Ireland, etc. With ERA, the Republic of Ireland. Did I pronounce that correctly? Hey, it's better than me saying China. Yeah.
Oh, you checked out, Martin. You checked out for a second there. 1 hour south of Dublin, east side of Carlo. You're saying east side of the island. You're saying. Do they call?
I've been to Dublin myself. but I didn't travel out the city at all. I was in the centre of Dublin. Awesome city. Can't wait to go back there one day. So yeah, certainly when the lockdowns are all over and that sort of thing. Thank you, Revolution Machines, for the Got Talent Award. Wow,
Is it
what's going on
Machines?
here today?
I think that says McInnes.
Lovely. Wow.
It says
Our
isn't
last
that
broadcast of January, and we've got
isn't
this
that McInnes?
community bubbling away. It's fantabulous. Love it. Close to the Blackstairs Mountains. That's an interesting something that I need to read up on. I wasn't familiar with the Blackstairs Mountains. So I'll have to.
That sounds like a great song, Blackstairs Mountain. I love that solo in Blackstairs Mountains. I mean.
I gotta tell you, Jimmy, you are so out of sync here at the moment. I'm waiting until you just stop talking there because
yeah, see, McInnes. I'm right, McInnes. It's not Machines. You see it, Revolution McInnes. Did you catch me?
So while Jimmy seems to be taking a drink there, it's unbelievable, Jimmy, because as I say, from my perspective where I am, your signal.
I'm going out.
Thank you.
I'll sing for you tomorrow. Walt's going to sing for us tomorrow. The Blackstairs Mountains, yes.
Were you
Great song.
asking me a question there, Jimmy? Because I see what's going on here now. The video signal that I'm receiving from you is delayed compared to what I'm hearing from you, which is why I'm just taking a little break here to actually give us a chance to catch up with each other, if you like. And anyhow, without talking over. Oh, hello, Ook Berry's here. Hey, how you doing, Ook? Seen you? Huh? What's that? Sorry, what? Yeah. Well, yeah. Your signal was dipping in and out. I don't know what it's doing to other people. Maybe other people can give us a little bit of a technical update. If it's me that's being a bit delayed and not quite in sync here on the main broadcast, or if it's Jimmy, that would be good. Or if you're hearing everything good. No, all good here, guys, says Walt as well. So there we go. Right. Okay. Thank you for that. And I wonder how Los Angeles is doing at the moment. They're certainly from where I am. Goodness me, Jimmy, Los Angeles is frighteningly 17 hours behind you, because they're 8 hours behind me. It's 7 after 3 p.m. on a Friday afternoon here in London and the rest of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, which means that in LA at the moment, what is it? 7 after 7
in the morning,
a.m., I believe.
Yeah,
Friday morning. Right there, Ook? Hey, what? Hey, superstar. Hey, what? Hi, Luke. What's going on here? What's this all about?
His name is Barry. Barry. Nice to meet you, Barry. I'm trying to look at his little icon there. I thought it was like a ice hockey was it icon, but I'm not sure. What is that? Can you open up the icons here? Oh, you can. Oh, you can directly invite people on it. I didn't realize that. Yeah, we're just still learning about this app. So yeah, did you know that if you click on their comment on the profile picture, that you can actually invite them straight from there?
It's unfortunate, Jimmy, but here it keeps telling me, and I think let's just double check something. Hopefully I'm not interrupting you, but here it keeps reminding me that you're on the video, that you're still talking, and on the sound, then I'm losing it. But I'm going to try something else to see if it's a bit better. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me? Well, let's see if I'm going to do a speed test here to see what my connection's like. I'm just wondering if it's
good.
That I'm in a delay system, or you're delayed.
Right. Oh, it's all confusing once the technology starts having a laugh with us, so to speak. But what I wanted to ask you is,
here, Revolution McInnes. He says, "Invite me." He gives us some hap tips. I'm down for that.
Right. We could do that. You know. Martin, that's putting. Yeah, he's absolutely. As I was saying to you, there we go, and that's a great little shortcut that I've just noticed there to invite someone. Ooh,
yeah, exactly. So I just told you. Yeah, did you get him in?
Well, I've invited a couple of users. One certainly that asked us.
Let's get the Revolution McInnes. I like his name.
And one that hasn't, but he might want to join as well. But we'll see. But bearing in mind, if I've got the problem here, then Yeah.
In the chat, it won't work in the chat, it says. What are you talking about? It won't work in the chat. Invite user. Let's do it. I just did it again. You
Oh,
invited. I invited
Revolution Machines,
McKinnis.
McGuinness, sorry, is telling us, sorry, Mr. McGuinness, there, Revolution McGuinness. I think what you're saying is there's a little bug, and it won't actually invite you, although it says it does. It won't, and I see what you're saying.
So you just invite him through the invite people button. Is that right? Are you going to do it?
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you so much for that little heads up.
I'm just talking you through. I'm just talking you through.
Yeah. Sure. That's right.
Okay, so what? My download speed is 158 and my upload speed is 184. Is there a problem on my side?
There generally isn't, Jimmy, but the thing is, mine, although it's much lower, it isn't it's far from too low. I mean, we're pushing upload speeds at the moment here of between 15 and 20 meg, and that should be suffice for any of the major platforms for live streaming, including HAPS. So there we go. And of course, the great thing is as well, for those of you that aren't too techie out there, is although the great thing about HAPS is you broadcast to the one platform, and if you're broadcasting to, say, others and simulcasting from HAPS onto your Facebook, Twitter, and your YouTube channel, that's another 3 channels. But if you're broadcasting directly to all of those from your computer, and including the HAPS, that's 4, you'd need like at least 20-25 meg upload speed. For example, roughly, 5 times or 4 times the amount you would for one platform. But with HAPS, you only need the one, ideal bandwidth, because once it reaches HAPS, the signal, it's then redistributed from there. That's what also makes it great. There are a couple of platforms like that, but there you go. HAPS has got it built into it.
This fucking wine is great. Just to let you know.
Jimmy, did you want to? Sorry.
This is a great wine here.
Yeah, your chateau. Let's just tell everyone about it, because
I have no. I mean, I got it in like a big batch, like a discount batch of 6 bottles. Yeah. It's a Bordeaux. Yeah. It's a French Bordeaux, and it's actually really good. That's all I have to say about it. I'm not a wine expert, so.
Sure. Can I just say, Revolution McInnes? I do listen. I've invited you. Hopefully you're still there. Hopefully you're not having trouble joining us on the broadcast. Maybe you are. Maybe it's a platform thing, because we've had some server issues and teething trouble over recent days, weeks, and all that. Don't forget, HAPS is relatively new in the big picture. And something like HAPS, actually, or anything new, when it's a brand, a platform, certainly, all the social media channels that you could think of, Snapchat and TikTok, they usually take anything up to 5-6 years before they reach their sort of tipping point and popularity and become almost like an everyday terminology and phrase or word that people use and know about, more to the point. Hey, Revolution McGuinness, you're in Chicago. I've just realized I have seen a couple of your broadcasts before. There's what's his name? What's the other man's can't try and remember now. There's another person in Chicago.
BB King? Is he from Chicago? No, I think he's from Texas.
Are you talking about?
Hey, this is good. It's going to work. Look at this, Jimmy. Look, there's now more than 2 of us. Revolution McGuinness, hello to you.
Hey, how are you guys doing? Yeah, Revolution in Chicago.
Before I go any further, how long ago was it? And I'm assuming it was only days, if not for a handful of weeks ago, since your last voiceover contract.
Years. I used to do voiceovers. I used to direct commercials. Sometimes I'd put myself in the commercial if the talent didn't show up, because these were small time commercials, not anything big time. But actually, I probably should start trying to do some more voiceover work, since we have to diversify our income streams with
Absolutely.
But you have nailed it when it comes to the microphone / the EQ. That is exactly what we should be all sort of aiming for if you want to take our.
What is his mic? What is your mic actually? What mic?
This is a. Let's see if I remember right.
Rode.
This is a Rode Procaster, I believe.
Okay.
And it is a very sweet mic for me. It gives me great sound. If I take off all the EQing and stuff, I talk like this more or less, but I mean, it's a really good It's a really good EQ. So
Yeah, you've answered my next question, which was, do you have any EQ on it? So you definitely do. And obviously, you don't need me to remind you, but it would be great if you had a pop shield on there as well. I don't know if it's early days for you. Have you been doing this for a long time?
I have.
And by the way,
I've been doing it for a while. There's a pop filter built in, and
right.
I try and pop my P's at an angle. So
I see that. Absolutely.
I haven't. I actually have thought about buying one forever, and you know what? Maybe I'll order one off of Jeff Bezos's.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably can get it for a nickel, and some poor person in Kuala Lumpur is starving to death because I'm only willing to pay a nickel for a mic cozy. So tell me about this. Tell me about ShineCast, and I guess hold on, Jimmy's in Japan.
Yep.
And I'm sorry. What's your first name, sir? Because you're just ShineCast. Jim. Yeah, Jimmy's in. And what's your name, my friend?
You're speaking with the one and only Martin Shine.
Gotcha.
It's all adding up now, you see. But can you see what I now feel, Jimmy, you see, now I feel like I'm the guest on our own show. And look what I've had to do because of that. In position number one now.
Yeah,
and that's great. I don't know about turning the tables, but certainly turning the position on the videos. That's good for me. So yeah, do ask away, please. But before we continue, though, who should I be speaking to here? Because is Revolution McGuinness? But how do people refer
Revolution
to you?
McGuinness? Yeah. Helen from Edinburgh is here. She's a good friend of mine. Brenda from Evansville, Indiana, is a good friend of mine. So that's one of the things that you guys. I don't know how many scopes are not. These aren't scopes. How many of these podcasts?
I always hear you use the word. That's why I've always stopped myself from using that term. And the generic's always good because you never know when a platform's going to be saying goodbye, that sort of thing. So yeah, absolutely, broadcasts for me. But
right,
I hear you.
Right. So how many of these have you done on HAPS?
This is probably about is it the second or third one? I think it's the second
or third
one.
So yeah. So what you guys know about the Broadcaster Challenge? I'm guessing.
Yes, I do actually. Yeah, absolutely. But we didn't put the hashtag in today, and it's been extended, I think, until January 31. If we want to start,
it has been extended till the 31st. Yeah.
What are we supposed to do?
So you need to get the HAPS Challenge in your hashtags, or you can put it in the title. And go to your settings, earnings, and coins. I think there's a system in there to track how you're doing. And then what you want to do is you just need 200. Initially it was 500, but you just need 250 live views and every week, and then it's going to work you towards $50. But here's the thing: I am not like a massively popular broadcaster here. I typically get maybe between 250 all the way up to 750 viewers an episode or whatever. But just to let you know, so if you want a little bit of extra money for the ShineCast budget, and you want to maybe buy a Rode Procaster, you can. You might already have one since you knew what the mic was. You might want to. I've earned like $222 in the last 30 days. From the platform itself. About 84 of that was in coins, and the rest was some really generous guy giving me $100 a month
sponsorship.
Yeah, which blew me away. And then somebody else is doing 10. So that's not going to be typical. But hey, good morning, Kim Carolina. I am on the Shine with these two gentlemen, Martin and I don't want to make you feel like I'm taking over. And Jimmy.
Far from it, yeah.
What's going to happen is my friends are going to come into your cast, because I've jumped in the room. So what you want to do is meet as many people on HAPS as you can, and then reciprocate. Have them come in your room, they'll have you come in yours. And in fact, I want you guys to tell me a little bit more about who you are, so I know who you are. But I'll tell you, I do mostly a political live stream at 10 p.m. Eastern time. I think that is 6 UTC. I'm not 100% sure. 10 a.m.
Do you lean right or left? Do you lean right or left?
Oh, I am so far left, I make Marx look like a conservative.
Get out of here. Are you serious? Well, I'm on the other end. I'm totally right.
That's why, guys. That's why, Jimmy.
Really right.
Okay, yeah.
Well, then we'll have fun.
Yeah,
So
we would. Yeah, yeah.
so you guys definitely connect with as many people as you can, because they will definitely be they'll bring more people to you. Mark Goldberg, the CEO, gave you an award this morning. I saw that.
Yeah.
He's the CEO of Haps. Talk to him a lot. He'll come on your show, and people will come in and chat with you, and that's going to bring in more followers for you guys. I'm assuming you've done this before on some other platforms, because you were talking about different platforms, right?
So
Martin,
Revolution,
that's
what's
Martin.
happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's happened here? You see, I'm a someone who's worked in live streaming for many years. Back in the days of, dare I say, Real Player, and of course Windows Media
Oh
Player.
my God!
Right, absolutely real one.
You don't look 60.
Tell you what, you're not far off there. And it was a
You
big
look
year
good for
this year.
60.
Thank you. It was a very big year this year. Well, no, actually, it was the end of last year was a big year for me. But let me tell you, as I say, I've worked for many, good handful or two organizations that have needed someone that knows what happens when it comes to live streaming. And, I've worked originally in traditional live television environments. So when it comes to live streaming, the disciplines are very similar. And after doing all that, I'd say it's been an interesting year with my personal life. Certainly, I guess it's a year. We're in a new year now. But last year and the year before, a lot was on hold because of personal circumstances. But very much I have been aiming towards setting up a couple of new platforms and a small SME business, providing directly to other people streaming services. But when it comes to ShineCast, thank you. When it comes to ShineCast, the other, the big brand that's about to be launching, I say big one, the one that's got a lot of potential for the people that I'll be speaking with, because that's really what it's all about, is Hello Goodbye. And Hello Goodbye is going to be another channel here on Haps as well as other platforms. And it'll be whoever I'm speaking to. It's their backstory personally, it's their brand, their new business themselves, their product, if they're an artist, if they make jewelry, all that sort of creative stuff, and getting their message out there.
Well,
and,
yeah. So definitely. Sorry, sorry, I interrupted you. The got to come on my program. So we do the big interview. We do the big interview on Wednesday nights, but we're starting to do them on Monday. We got one tonight on Friday.
Yep.
9 p.m. Central Time with Michelle Alexander. She's Native Graffiti on here. She's an artist. She's a chef. Last night I had Peter Bittner from Haps on the program, and we were talking about Haps. I had somebody from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children on the other day. So come on, we'll get you to come on one evening, talk about what you're planning to do. And get you out there within the Haps platform with the viewers that I have. So yeah, well, definitely one of the things that's frustrating about the platform for me now is that, and we're still in beta mode, obviously, but is that I don't have a way to directly communicate with you on this platform. You know what I mean? Like there's no internal DMing system.
I thought that myself. But of course, if you're connected to your Twitter, that helps out a bit. Right. Absolutely. So, but you can always, the great thing, sorry to interrupt you there. The great thing is, though, what I find brilliant, what you don't have with the So Lame Periscope, because, and I say that kind of with a bit of respect, but you know what? I know it's only a small team. People think, wow, this is global. And often you've only got anything from one handful to only two as a team working on these platforms and technologies. But, Periscope it's kind of been left to go into disrepair. And I say that because I'll go back to the main point that you've made me think of in just a second. But one of the things was, as a broadcaster, very difficult to keep track of all the comments, making sure that the technology doesn't fall over. And when someone comes on screen, and again, there's something like Mr. London, it's difficult when you start getting a lot of people following you, remembering who Mr. London is.
It's very tough.
Dave Smith or Dave Jones. So what they could have done, and I know there are third-party applications, they could have made it so that as a broadcaster, you select when someone comes onto the screen and makes a comment in chat, they could have their handle displayed or their real name as they put it in. And those small things, that was never taken on board as a suggestion to them, for example. But as you were just saying, no internal DMing. But, the great thing I was going to say about here is that because Haps has got the replay functionality sorted out, you can leave comments even on a replay for the person.
That's amazing. That is really cool.
Just to some people, that might just seem like, and what? it makes all the difference. And you can award as well and support, even if you're watching the replay. And so many times I've gone onto a replay and it's literally within the last 10 seconds finished as a live. I think I'm joining a live and suddenly it's actually started the replay, and I've awarded and I've commented, and then I've realized, hang on a minute, and it's deserved it.
I guess in essence, yeah,
It's brilliant.
the comments stay live all the time, I guess.
Yeah.
I realized that, but I hadn't thought about it.
But you can
in
have
that way.
additional
So
comments afterwards as well. That's the great.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm at News for Left, although Eleanor, hi Eleanor, did RevMac Live, which is that's like my backup account. But News for Left, right there, I put it on the screen. Just DM me, man, and we'll get you scheduled. And so now, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are diametrically opposed to each other.
Well,
I have sent my sentinels down through the tunnels in this Matrix world, and they're okay. Go ahead.
Hold on a second. Before I even say anything about myself, about this left and right conversation. I mean, yeah, most people they're a slight. I think this is the thing. I think when people come together, that usually they're a lot closer to the center than the media and the people, the powers that be that want to divide us say that we are. Like, we might be a little bit, we might have a few ideas that are a little bit more left and a little more right, and they don't even let us give us an opportunity to agree on certain things. And I think that is part of the plan, to keep us divided. So yeah,
whatever they can do, I get that. Whatever they can do to keep us divided, 100%.
Exactly. So you might be like left and I might be right, but there are, and I guess especially in America, that is the beauty of America, that it is still, well, it's getting a little dangerous now.
It's kind of like a third world country now, but I remember what it used to be like.
Yeah, you know what? It's starting to become a third world country, but we still have discourse to have a discussion. So, we get a few years of left and a few years of right, and we kind of like make it work in the center, and it's a beautiful thing. Hopefully it's still a beautiful thing, and it's still a beacon of the free world, because if this crumbles, then the rest of the world kind of like just falls apart as far as political goes, because we are
they did it right.
We're the leaders of that.
Yes, we are. We're definitely one of the to use a
beacon.
To use a term like linchpin. We're kind of a linchpin for the world's economy and everything. And I mean, I believe. Let me let you know how far left I am. So the economy is $21 trillion in the United States of America, roughly. This year it might be 19 trillion. It might have dropped a little, but not much, because there's been a lot of money, a lot of homes being sold, Jeff Bezos has made gazillion dollars in the last
that he can never use,
and that his employees could damn well use. And I'm so far to the left, though. $21 trillion. You take every eligible working age American, you divide $21 trillion by them, billionaire, poorest person in the country, divide the 21 trillion by those people. It'll give you somewhere around $125,000 a year or something to live off of. No billionaires, no poor people. Everybody has a great life, and people are like, "Oh no, wait, how are you going to motivate people to work and stuff?"
I'm on that side.
Everything is going to be automated in the next 50 years. 80% of all jobs will be automated. So you're going to have to create a world where the economy is redistributed into the pleasures and the meaningful things for everybody. Because otherwise.
It sounds like you have drive. It sounds like you are kind of a driven guy. You're doing your own thing. You're trying to you push forward, whether it be ideas or to actually do something, right? So I believe in drive, and I also believe there should be some minimum amount of a standard that people can live by. And I do believe that automation is taking over, but the quality control has to be done by humans. And I think it's a proven fact that, as far as population go, that the more the country furthers itself, the population drops automatically.
Let's hope, for goodness sakes, because what we need on
It's
the whole
petering.
planet.
A lot of places it's petering out. Like here in Japan, they have a problem that there's not enough people, and the government is I mean,
Right.
kind of stupid. They're sitting there going, "Oh, well, we're going to bring in people from other countries," which is the wrong thing to do. For America, it's a different situation. In a homogenous country that has a long history, it's the wrong thing to do to just bring other cultures in wholesale and destroy the culture, the old culture. So I believe in the automation is going to happen. So you don't need people, as you were talking about. Yeah, I totally believe that. That's what's going to happen. So the population is going to go down automatically. What that needs to be is now we need to be implemented in places like India and
So,
China, I guess.
so the Jewish people we just found out have killer lasers from outer space. If you don't know what that's referring to, is it's Marjorie Taylor Greene, a whacked out QAnon person, saying that the forest fires were started by Jewish lasers or something bizarre like that. But so wait a minute though. But you touched on there's so much to unpack there, Jimmy. We're gonna talk more often. I think we've got India, so we want to reduce the population in India. One of the things they do in Chicago, we have a big pigeon population here, and they throw out food for the pigeons to eat, and in it's got a built-in sterilizing or
Okay.
agent,
Wait a
right?
second. Aren't we talking about
So
this?
what are we going to do? What are we going to do in India to get rid of all those
No,
Indians?
no,
buddy?
no.
Are we
That's
going
that's
to
wrong.
goose their curry? Are
That's
we going to goose
wrong.
their curry?
That's
Well, yeah,
wrong.
of
And
course that would be wrong. But they've got
wrong.
1.5 billion people. They have a culture that they deserve to have as many people as they want. So I'm hoping what you're saying is we're going to invest trillions of dollars in India to bring their standard of economy up to a level of a first world country, and then the population will start to reduce, I don't know, in a few hundred years.
No, I think it's much
with
faster
what
than
you're doing.
that. I think it's much faster than that. When
Yeah.
the country becomes economically a little bit, it doesn't have to even be wealthy. It's just where
Right.
everybody is stabilized.
So you just need 2 kids. You don't need 10 kids to go work and hustle
Exactly.
money.
Because
farm
two
and stuff.
kids,
Yeah.
two kids does not replicate the population. Like you need like 2.3 kids to actually. I mean, like as an average to replicate the population. Because as for like me, I don't have kids. I don't want kids. But then there's a couple that only has 2 kids, so they're only replacing themselves. So
Right.
just to keep the population at a level, you're going to need 2.3 for the people that actually do have.
Yeah. Well, so okay, so we got so we're going to reduce the population in India. I mean, I think that probably, and again, this has to happen through some natural process. I don't want to get out there and start using killer lasers from outer space, but I think the planet needs about a billion and a half people. There's enough resources that everybody could have a really good time. If in Northern California you wanted to call that, sex and fun orgy zone, you could have people, just having their little
Wait a
thing
second.
over there. And what's that?
You're thinking in the box. You're thinking in the box. Because now we got was it Elon Musk aiming out in space, outer space.
Mars.
So
Yeah.
so we're we're the masters. We're not complete masters, but we're kind of like the masters of Earth. But as far as we know, there's not like any kind of life like us on the other planets in our solar system, and
For sure.
anything that the mind can imagine is probably possible. Because that's what the mind is for, right? We can expand as far as we can in our mind. So the possibility, like the population control, is not only on Earth, but another thing is maybe further out in space. And I believe that is, even though I don't want to go at this moment, I don't have any interest in going, but I can see that happening in the future.
Well, I think we can't. Elon Musk is an interesting cat. He's selling away
South
all of his
African.
worldly possessions. Eleanor says I still have trying to work out how I will get 0.3 right. Well, that's the well. Never mind. I'm not going to say that. That would be improper. So we were So Elon Musk. Elon Musk has sold all his worldly possessions, and to show his commitment that he wants to move to Mars, I guess. And I think that bold, giant adventures in space, I think those are fantastic. I think using private money or corporate money for that is awesome. Let NASA do Let NASA do some other things. So I think the commercialization of space, even though I'm anti-corporate, I think is a really
Wait a
good,
second.
interesting
If it's
concept.
pure, that's the thing is, if it's pure, it's actually not a bad thing because the government really destroys everything. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's right or left. They pretty much destroy everything because the public is always coming up with the good ideas. I don't care what it is. The public is always coming up with the good ideas. All the good innovations is always going to come from the public, not career politicians.
But where does the public, quote unquote, or corporate America or universities, where does the money come from for those good ideas?
From the private. Okay, it comes from. It comes.
But a lot of
subsidies. Subsidies. That's right. You're absolutely right. Now we can. Now we're going to meet in the middle here because you're talking about like a standard wage. I think you were talking. What is it called? Where everybody gets a living.
You're talking about UBI, Universal Basic Income. Yeah.
Okay, basic income. So I think there was some tests done, or somebody did an experiment where they gave them like $15,000 or $20,000 each, and to see what the people would do if they would just be lazy or they would actually do and be productive. Do you know about that study?
Not specifically, no.
It was an interesting study where they gave a certain amount of people. They gave them like a certain amount of money that is probably a little bit beyond this basic income you're talking about to see, to prove a point if they would be lazy or they would actually be motivated to do something. Like they would do something. Like everybody has dreams, but usually you're paying bills, so you're not able to follow that road.
Right.
So they were testing that out. So if it came to that, yeah, I can see that maybe people would actually donate part of their income to something like that, or be a part-time investor, like on the open stock market. Say, okay, you're going to launch. Was it a colony in space, and I want to be part of that. So, you know what? Here, let me one more point about taxes.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have this comment about taxes. I've always thought that
I
taxes, when you pay, I hate them, but I think if you have to pay a certain amount of tax anyway, that the public should be able to dictate where their tax goes. We should have a list of funding.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Anybody can put what they want on there, and then people are going to decide. Okay, you need a government. Okay, well, we'll give them 8% or 10% because they make way too much money. Okay.
Well, here the taxes thing is a good idea in theory. But what's going to, and I am all for an Athenian democracy where we get up every Friday morning and from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., the government says, okay, these are the national issues and the bills that we have put forth, America. We want to give national health care to everybody. Everybody vote. Go ahead. Everybody votes. We get it. We don't. Right. But the problem becomes you have different levels of engagement, right? Even with the Athenian system, where the elite, the people with the computers, the people that don't have to be at work, right? You'd have to have a national holiday. But I mean, there'll be a lot of people that will still be disenfranchised from the voting. So it shuffles back.
No. We can say that during the time, it doesn't matter where you work, where it's shut down.
Well, that's great. See, now you're getting much more socialist. I like that.
No. Wait. No. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be that time frame. You could be a 24-hour time frame. You could give it. You could say a week, within a week period. It doesn't have to. Nothing has to be done that quick, and the government never moves that quick anyway.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So I mean, you're exactly right. We have some similar ideas. You know what I mean? Like I said, I can kind of agree. I can kind of agree with that idea. I think we could get there. Eleanor says that's one way to defund the police. UK thinking about universal wage. Who funds?
I don't think defunding the police is. I think that's a horrible thing to say. Is defund the police? I think it's horrible. I think it reform the police. I fuck the police. I don't like the police.
All cops are bad. ACAB, fuck 12, right? You got to know.
I don't believe that. I don't like the police. I used to live in Los Angeles. I lived in Los Angeles for 20 years. I saw the way the cops move around. They're totally was it money based? Even the traffic cops, they're fucking assholes in like Los. I don't want to say assholes because human one-on-one, they're maybe not an asshole, but the way they do things is like they're out for funds. Like they're writing tickets to make funds. They're making arrests to make funds, and I think that's it's wrong. So, but I don't think that we should defunding the police or like not having police is not the. I don't think that's the best
but that's
thing.
not it. Wait, but she didn't say. And Martin, we got to get you in here, buddy. We're like hogging up all the airtime here.
I'm good. I'm trying to. I think this is good. You two are safely, one side, the other side.
You're right in the middle. Yeah, right. I'm trying to.
And I'm actually. I've got to tell you, I'm able. I really appreciate the fact that I've had a few moments to sort out some potential techie issues and try and diagnose where they're actually coming from. But all's good.
Good. Defunding the police. So here's the thing: reforming the police.
Yeah,
we've been trying to reform the police forever, right? Defund the police does not mean delete the police. It just means defund the programs that are that defund the police budget so that we can pay for special teams that go out when there are people that have mental health issues but have called 911 and the only people they have to send is the police, and the mentally ill person has a lot of issues, and the cops we
shoot him. They just shoot him. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
So that's what defunding the police is about.
Well, then that has to be much clearer.
Well, it's not bad marketing. I mean, the defunding, if from a marketing standpoint might be difficult, but here's the thing: reforming the police doesn't work. That the phrase won't work. Defunding the police gets a conversation and a dialogue started about it.
Yeah.
Right. So you get a lot of people up in arms about it, but it's a dialogue starter.
But that's the problem, is that you might think it's a dialogue starter, but the mainstream media takes that as like, oh, we're clickbait. At this moment, it's just fucking clickbait, and it's just you're on one side or another, and it really sucks. Like my Facebook, I post memes and I post this stuff, and of course I don't have that much engagement because I don't respond. I don't respond anymore. So when people usually like write shit that's like the complete opposite of the point I'm trying to make, I just say, "Thank you for your opinion," and that's all I write.
Everything, I get some. The guy on here, Randy Horton, Randy Horton and I, we're quite different politically, but we enjoy talking with each other. But my titles are always clickbaity because I have to get out above the noise. That's what we have turned into, unfortunately.
I understand that. I understand
that. And that sucks. It really sucks because I think your guy's voice, my guy's voice. How do we shuffle these voices in some kind of democratic way? Which is one of the great things about HAPS. I think a lot of different people can have access to whatever level of democracy you have. I have. This is in the middle of the work day for me on a Friday, so or the beginning. I'm sorry, of the work day. But I would love to talk to you guys again.
Yes,
would love for you guys to come talk with us on some evening. Drop by any night, because always the second hour, if I don't have an interview in the first hour, the second hour is always just anybody can come hang out. Eleanor says the police do such a poor job at their job. If I did that piss poor of a job at any job, you would be fired. Yeah, well, there you go. So there's
excuse me, hold on, whoa, guys, the police. Can we talk about, perhaps just for 60 seconds, the clown and his circus running UK government? Forget other governments around the planet, but when you take into account almost a year now with a pandemic, if you look at how they've been chasing their, every step of the way, the virus has been in control here, and they haven't had the brains to think, hang on, we can't think about next week or next month, but what about long term? Just what is our contingency plan for long term? I had to personally say to myself, the sensible thing to do, I don't want to promise for next week, next month, or 6 months. Realistically, the earliest is 6 months that my life will be given back to me to socially interact without social distancing.
With Boris Johnson in charge? No, it's going to take 2 or 3 years.
Well, right, 2 or 3 decades, did you say? But the thing is, seriously, when you look every step of the way, and they've been behind, the curve and everything. And I think if I say so, very rarely would I say this, but any one of us three could have done a job seriously much better, obviously. I mean, and they're taking credit now for certain issues. Listen,
they should take credit for the UK variant that is now over here because
We've seen the
Great
social
for it.
media videos and the memes.
Thank
Yeah,
you for sending that over here.
absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, you do have. Listen, we do have just to sort of lessen the impact there. Obviously, South Africa, Brazil, and the other
Yeah,
ones we haven't
you got a lot
covered
of you
yet.
got a lot of
Yeah,
imported
I know
society there.
you got a lot of up and comers, but you guys were the first, and there's always something special about the first.
Wait. The first, well, okay, let's say that maybe England's a little bit more open than China, because if China had it first, we wouldn't know about it. Okay.
Right. But apparently, don't
Ooh,
forget how well
yeah,
New
okay.
Zealand has
Well,
done. Now, Zealand's done really well here because they're an island. But strangely, when this was put to the UK government, certainly for Great
you
Britain,
guys are an island, aren't you?
that's my point. Exactly. Somehow we're
Eleanor, a wet paper bag could
I
have
think
done
it's
better.
because we're in the
Okay,
northern
you're talking about the
hemisphere
police
rather
now, or
than
the prime minister?
so it,
Prime Minister.
yeah, we're slightly
Okay.
different. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, Martin. I think that I think that they could have done a much better job in the UK if they had look anywhere in the United States. Look what in South Korea. First of all, you've got a culture like in Japan that is a bit of a conformist culture, so it's a little easier to get everybody
Homogenous.
to wear a mask.
Homogenous. What it is it's homogenous. That's the
Okay.
thing. The key thing is that
Right.
people are in the same mindset, genetically, culturally. So that's a big issue, I think, that people don't realize. And I tell you another thing is language. Japan is starting to see a surge now in the third wave, in the world.
Right.
But why is it taking this long to spread in Japan? I tell you, it might sound silly. It's part of the culture. We don't hug so much in Japan.
Right.
When you're in public transportation, people aren't just fucking yakking away. Everybody's silent. They respect. They respect personal space a lot more in that sense, because because maybe it's a little bit more crowded, so they respect personal space a little bit more. And the language is another thing. Another thing is like the language. Japanese is spoken in the mouth, and English and other language.
You're not like a Scotsman where you spit everything.
Yeah, and American English is not so much better. So that's the thing. Like, it's just, I think the language has a lot to do with it. Like, if the Japanese is everything is behind the lips, and while I'm teaching, right now I'm teaching English. So I'm teaching, short vowel sounds,
Mm-hmm.
and the vowel sounds
That's got to be tough. That's got to be
well,
tough.
the Japanese vowel sounds is a, I, u, e, o, and it's all within the mouth. In the mouth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's A-E-I-O-U. A-E-U-A-O. But in the English, when you're talking about short vowel sounds, other than the A, which is a, like cat or gas, it's going to be, you're actually trying to, with your breath, you're trying to push it out here.
What about Trump?
You're just trying to start a fire, okay, Martin? So, yeah, we're sticking with vowels here. Short vowel sounds.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you're pushing out. There's a lot more breath going out. So it sounds ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous.
No, I like that, and I would love to know more about that. Here we've come up with a solution, Martin.
Yes.
We need Boris Johnson to use more short vowel sounds without exhaling, and that will solve all of Britain's problems. And we're done. We're good. You guys are going to be fine.
I think you might be right. But one thing that wasn't mentioned regarding how things should have been done, lockdown only now, 10, 11 months after the pandemic truly took hold in the UK, has the UK government now decided to kind of toughen up and lock down their borders a little bit more when it comes to airports and travel. But why wasn't that done initially? When you ultimately, right, these things are so simple. I'm never 100% right, never always right. We're only human, all of us.
We're different that way than I am.
Right. Well, so I'm just making sure everyone's aware that certain viewers there. But come on now, if you spring a leak in your house, in your apartment, the first thing you do, you switch off the main, feed into the apartment block. You find out where, which particular sink or which particular, route off of the main line is affected. Then you can switch on the main one again and just limit, your, should we say, draconian measures in this case, some would say, in terms of travel. You get what I'm saying, right? Immediately you shut down all the borders, and then bit by bit you work out, is this actually a risk, isn't it? And if not, then you can reopen it within weeks, if not
Well,
days.
if anywhere, any country had, and the United States, so there's a couple things here. So
Yeah.
in the U.S., the first thing they were saying like 2 weeks to flatten the curve, right? Just 2 weeks, we're going to shut down. We'll flatten the curve.
Be over by Easter 2020.
Right, things will be better. But here's the problem.
I don't think so.
Here's the problem with here's the pandemic is that if it is successful, if you're successful early on in squashing it's going to look like to everybody that the pandemic was blown out of proportion. So when things started to look like they were coming down, people started to ease up. But that's when you need to double down. So that's when, what you needed was the United States government to come in and say, everybody that makes less than X dollars a year, $75,000 or whatever, we're going to throw $4,000 into your bank account every month for 3 months.
4,000? That's quite a lot, dude. It's not.
Yeah, it's trillions. It's trillions. Okay, but
I don't make $4,000 a month. That's like a little bit.
Well, 3,000 then, whatever, you know what I mean? But you want the economy to keep going as best you can. It is certainly not $21 trillion, so it saves your gross domestic product, right? Even if it's $5 trillion, we gave away $3 trillion to Wall Street. Even if it's $10 trillion, we gave away $3 trillion to Wall Street, and it saves the country. All right, everybody stays home for 3 months. Essential workers and frontline workers, we're going to give them a bonus. They have to work. You know what I mean? We're going to give them a temporary pay hike. Right?
I think there's enough farming. I think there's enough farming. Was it subsidies that you could distribute food and keep down the cost that you would have to give each person? 3,000 or 4,000 a month.
You don't have time to ramp up. Food distribution, or you don't have time to come up with a system. Can you imagine the federal government coming up with a system that we buy all the groceries and we give that away? That would cost more money. Just shove money into people's pockets. Just shove money into people's pockets, and shut the economy down, shut the system down.
You could have somebody in the private sector work that out, not the government, obviously. Okay, another thing is, for you to sit there and say that, both of you, that it would have been over faster.
Wait.
Look
at North and South.
Wait a second.
Korea.
On 9/11.
Taiwan.
Sorry to bring something like that up, but what happened in 9/11? Okay, an incident occurred that was so serious that immediately airspace across the U.S. was suspended. It was
They should have done that for the pandemic. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
9/11 was an inside job. 9/11 was an inside job.
Well, we're not going to go there.
We're not going to go there. Whether that conversation aside, no, it doesn't. An incident occurred. No one knew what was going on. There was chaos.
I understand. Okay, but hold on. Let me just make one point. I'm not talking. This has nothing to do with the. It has nothing to do with the government or policies or what was going on.
That's a separate conversation too.
Wait, I was looking through the.
It doesn't matter who it's to do.
Hold on. The biggest pandemic.
He's got me on my pedestal now. You can see that there, Revolution McInnes. Yeah, come on.
I put you up there, buddy. I wanted to help you out.
I was looking at all the pandemics that has been recorded in human history, and they usually last about 2 to 4 years. And the bigger ones last a little bit longer. And because we are in the modern...
They kill 64 million people, and they
last... Yeah. And this one, because we are in modern society, I think that the human race and the mentality and the knowledge, it hasn't been doing that bad. Though I don't think the government is great. But the point is that I'm trying to say is to sit there and say that it could have been cut off a lot earlier. I don't know about that. Could it be handled a little bit different? Yes, you're right. South Korea, because you know why? You know why they were handling it right? Because the last what was the last one they had a problem with? No. It was because a couple years ago they had the SARS or the MERS, and they did.
Wow, and America didn't see that what happened in South Korea and think,
you're right.
Maybe we should do something about that. You know what I mean? This is, dude, it's preventable. 50,000 people may have died if Donald Trump hadn't been a stupid freaking I don't
Dude,
want
he
to swear
closed
on
the
your program. He
wait,
shut
wait, he
down. He
closed.
shut down the system. He literally threw the book away for the system that was in place to take care of a pandemic. They literally closed that department down.
They closed the borders. I mean, one of the first countries to close the borders was the United States, which is
They didn't
strange
close the borders. He
because Japan
he
should have closed
started.
them first.
He delayed some flights. What he needed to do was shut the airlines down. No fly zone, people. Nobody flies. No trains. If you're at your grandma's in Sheboygan, if you're at your grandma's in Dorchester, you don't get to go to London.
I don't know
if you want to walk, that's fine.
I don't think you're gonna call that far. That's a pretty harsh step, and you're talking about what, January, February 2020. And here's the thing:
from March to April, this city was a ghost town. Nobody was out on the street. They locked us down for 3 or 4 weeks. It was locked down tight. We pushed, and pushed, and that it went down. They didn't keep us locked down long enough, because what happens is you start to get public pressure. You get fatigue. You get restaurants that are screaming, "We're going out of business. We're going out of business." And you're like, let's shove you some money to try and keep you afloat. And you know what? Honestly, people are going to die and businesses are going to go out of business. But this is what we have to do to survive. And we are now faced with 3 variants. One of them seems to be more deadly. All 3 of them will be more deadly because more people are going to get exposed more easily. We are in a state in the United States where we are at the point where food production could stop because too many people are going to be sick to produce the food. We are at a point where,
are you serious?
We are at a point in the United States of America where trucking could stop if too many truckers got sick.
So yeah, okay. They shouldn't stop trucking. There should be some way to mitigate that. Yeah, definitely.
How long it takes? You know how long it takes to train somebody to drive a truck? I'm just saying they should be mitigating that stuff now. They should have been mitigating that stuff before. There was no plan. Would Hillary have Clinton done better? Hell yes, she would have done better.
Oh, please.
There was a playbook on how to handle a pandemic written by scientists.
Wait, if that playbook,
scientists put the playbook in play.
If the playbook was written, just because you stop it doesn't mean the playbook's not there.
Wait, what?
Okay. Just because you stop the program doesn't mean the playbook is not there. So it's not like they
didn't use it. They
didn't use it, but it's not like the playbook wasn't there. But okay, so here's the thing with the food distribution. So you're telling me that the trucking is stopping because of?
I'm not saying it is. I'm saying,
but I mean, it would be stopping because they're sick.
Too many sick drivers. Sure, they're out being exposed all the time. Where I'm sitting safely in my home.
I would think a truck driver would be pretty isolated.
Well, they have to go to truck stops. They have to use community showers. You know what I mean? Right. These guys are on the road for a week. They don't stay in hotels.
Okay, but I want to steer this to one more direction. The positive things, because I'm telling you, I think there's a lot of positive things that are coming out of this too. As far as
there have been some good things that have come out of this, no doubt.
For the future, I was watching this interview with a French professor at the University of Paris, and he was talking about they have been talking about going online. So people who want to enjoy lectures or to participate into what the University of Paris is offering, that for 20 years they've been discussing, should we go online, should we do this, should we not, should we, yes, there's no. The older professor said no, the newer says yes, we can do that. And for 20 years they've been talking about this, and squat shit has happened. And then the pandemic hits, and then in 2 weeks they're fucking online, which is something, like Martin and me, we've been communicating on Skype and for what, 10, 15 years, more than at least 15 years, where the rest of the world is actually behind. I don't know how long. I mean, you're a podcaster, so you're probably was it.
Jimmy, this is a great example, Haps.tv. I was going to mention it earlier, but I tell you now, it's ironic because
this is something that's growing. It's going to grow, yeah.
So the irony is that here we are again, we're building this community, the bubble, the massive bubble, the huge, app and platform that is Haps TV, and going to be even more so in the future. But ironically, this has already happened previously with Periscope and other live streaming platforms.
It was there. The groundwork was there.
Right, but it's ironic that a lot of people here are feeling that they're starting again. They're not really. Certainly those that have moved sideways from one platform, particularly specifically Periscope, to Haps. Okay, they're the orphans now. They're the Periscope orphans. But what I'm saying is, although it's ironic that you can't really stop that feeling. It's already out there. A lot of people have just got that kind of, when you go into their broadcast, when they're talking, it's like it's a new beginning, right? Although this technology is so not new, as you're saying, it's been there for years. And
almost 20 years.
A lot of people just don't know how to embrace it and need the...
And a lot of people are embarrassed. That's the strange thing.
It's just more a confidence thing, which is not necessarily embarrassment. It's just they don't know how necessarily to promote themselves or their cause if they're a charity worker.
I'm talking about just basic communication. Like when you try to talk like a video chat with people, they're like, no video. And I'm like, well, why? We're just talking.
You and I have spoken about this before, Jimmy. Revolution, it's ironic, the number of people, they don't work for another employer. They work for themselves. They have a store, maybe two, okay? And they're happy every day, 6, if not 7 days a week, for anyone to walk through that front door, literally anyone, family, friends, stranger. Yet when you stick a camera in front of them, they kind of got this apprehension because someone that they don't know might be watching. Crazy stuff.
It could be a customer.
I heard too that cameras suck your soul.
Oh, that's an old Indian. It's an old Indian myth, Native American myth.
Is it a myth?
Indeed.
Yeah, a lot of them Native Americans did not like their pictures being taken because they thought it would suck their soul.
And it's definitely just a myth. I say just in quotes.
Do I look like I have a soul?
No. See, and now as a leftist, you probably you would think you don't, but you know what? I would believe that you do.
Hey, Eleanor mentioned, by the way, that just going back to the lockdown thing, sorry, Eleanor mentioned that in Colorado they didn't have a full lockdown. I just want to remind people, though, we're technically supposed to be in the latest third lockdown here in London and most of the UK.
Yeah, a few minutes.
It really isn't happening. Right. I'm aware of Revolution's situation, by the way, so I'll keep brief.
Yeah, let's. Thanks for joining us. It was great talking to you. Yeah.
We won't stop if you guys don't give me the hook. So this is a good thing.
Right. Revolution, what's the best way for anyone to contact you if they want to get in touch with you about your broadcasts and indeed what we've been talking about?
I'm going to give my old address out, my old home address out. So
you don't want to contact us.
You can send cash there, and I will go pick it up, but you won't be able to find me because it's not near where I live now. But feel free to send cash. I'll put that in the chat. No, at News for Left, at NEWSFORLEFT. I will put it in the comments, or my good friend Eleanor might put it in the comments for me. And you can follow me on Twitter if you've got the stomach for it. You can find me on Haps at Revolution McInnes. And I am on every night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, United States Eastern Time. Like I said, I think that is, I can never remember. I think you're 6 hours ahead of me on Universal Time. But
no, we are in the UK. We are absolutely ahead of Illinois, 6 hours Central Standard Time in the USA. Jimmy's another 9 hours ahead. So, like I say, he's 15 hours ahead of you.
You're 10 a.m. now. You're 10 a.m. now, so 12 hours from now you go online.
As I always say there, Revolution McGinnis.
It's my lunchtime. I'm on lunchtime. I can do that.
It's exactly 12 hours. Oh, you're on lunchtime. What time is it there?
Well, it's 1:03 in the night, in the middle of the night. Tomorrow. I'm in tomorrow.
That's part of the problem. We have to talk about that before I go. Martin, what time is it there?
As I say, it's just after 1600, so 4 p.m. on Friday, 29th
So we represent morning. And
afternoon in the middle of the night.
We're practically worldwide. We just need somebody.
You've actually You've
like
that little cat
New Zealand on here.
Revolution. We'll talk, as I always say now, offline very soon. Hopefully, we'll have another revolution.
Oh, he's disappearing. He
Yeah, he's
disappeared.
taking stuff out the chat.
He's back. He's back.
He was our main man, number one there in the position. I don't know what happened, but as I was saying, Jimmy,
I thought you just nuked me.
No, we didn't do that.
Accidentally, fat finger. Accidentally, I mean.
Are you Irish background? Are you Irish background? Revolution?
No, that's actually that. So my fifth great grandfather was Charles McInnes, and he was captured off the Highlands of Scotland at gunpoint by these fine British folk that said, "Hello, Mister McInnes. We own your ass because we're the British, and so we are going to take you to North America and make you fight in the French and Indian War." So, yeah, my family's been here since pre-revolution. Forcefully. Yeah, he was. Yeah, they did that. They just said, "Congratulations, Mr. McInnes, you're in the British Army." They did that. They conscripted people all the time.
Were you a redhead? Were you a redhead? Because I'm seeing white hair. Were you a redhead?
No. Kind of a blondish.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy, you were asking Revolution McInnes there if his background was Irish. I'd suggest that looking at your background, it's more Irish than his or mine.
Well, I'm British. My father was a British.
But if you turn around, literally, you'll see that green is pretty Irish to me. Anyhow, all of us, especially anybody in Great Britain, genetically, you're all the same. It's just culture. Genetically, you're all the same. Yeah, exactly. You're divided by a common language, right? You know that stuff.
Can't even tell a Brit from an Irishman from a Scotsman. You can't tell them apart genetically. So,
part Roman.
Yeah, this has been
part of Illinois you're based.
What's that?
Which part of Illinois are you actually based at?
I'm in Chicago, so
south or near the
Tell
lake.
Me if you wanna go.
Roughly. The north side, about 9/10 of a mile from the lake,
near Evanston.
I am by car 15 minutes from Evanston. It's to the north of me.
I tell you, I can't wait to be back there. Listen, I was there 2 years ago. Long story. We'll talk about it another time. But Chicago has become very, very quickly one of my favorite cities. So too Seattle as well. The two cities in the US I hadn't ever visited prior. As I say, this time 2 years ago, I was back over there for a good handful of weeks. And Chicago, pretty awesome. I was down there near Chinatown, south of the city, and as well as over at Navy Pier. Didn't get as far as Evanston there in the north, but certainly in and around the center of the city, over near the Chicago River. It's something that's
Back, that would be awesome if you come back. Do me a favor though, don't bring another version of the coronavirus with you.
Virus. I'm going to let you go because I sense obviously you've got things to do as always. It's been a pleasure. This has been it's been a brilliant, awesome broadcast, that's for sure. And as I say, we'll connect, and hopefully within the next, 11 days, it's always 11's an interesting number for certainly for ShineCast and myself.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, numerology and all that stuff. But listen, take care of yourself. I'll let you go. You can always catch up. We're not going to be here for much longer, Jimmy, but certainly you can always replay the end of this broadcast if you have other things to prioritize. It's been awesome.
Yeah, and great meeting you. This was a whole lot of fun. We'll do it again, gentlemen.
Definitely.
Lovely. There you go, everyone. That is Revolution.
Yeah, absolutely. You too. Take care.
Thank you. Revolution there in the city of Chicago, just north of, in Illinois, the Central Standard Time Zone in the USA. Yep, caught him a few times on broadcasts, but haven't actually, I don't think I've commented or needed to in any way, and I certainly have heard the in-depth conversations that he has with other people, Jimmy. I knew the moment when I realised who it was that was commenting earlier. I realised exactly how things would sort of pan out when it comes to all things politics. Awesome stuff.
Now, hello, Tim. Let's say hello to Tim. Tim David. Tim from New York.
Everyone that's been with us on this broadcast so far, whether it's giving us awards and support in that way. August West. Or whether it's commenting. I was going to say whether it's just commenting, but there's no just in it. And your time is as valuable as ever. So we really appreciate you taking time to be here and contribute.
August West from Colorado.
He's also
David from New York.
Eleanor. Yeah, he's in the same state as Eleanor there. Where are you, by the way, Sports for the Blind? Let's see. It's difficult to see.
Spokane, Washington. Spokane, Washington. He's from Spokane, Washington. Yes.
I
Good
see
morning.
that.
Good morning. Good morning,
Right,
Tim
Jimmy, have you
David.
got anything else you want to wind up with specifically here, as it
Yeah,
is
it's so
tomorrow?
it's so sad that we have to end the broadcast now when we have a bunch of new people coming in. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
then
hopefully,
share, like, and follow. Please follow Jimmy Heaven here on Haps, Martin Shine, that's me, and of course this channel, ShineCast. Do follow us, and it's going to get even better. As I say, we're going to be here regularly, talking to various different people. I'm sure we'll be talking to
next Friday.
Guinness again, if not before, Jimmy. Well, I'll be here. I'm here every day.
No,
It's
I'll be
funny.
here next. I'll be next Friday. I'll be
Yeah,
here
you're
next
here
Friday.
next Friday, and you might be on your own channels sporadically throughout. That's entirely up to you. As it is, everyone here can be part of Haps, broadcaster as well as just watching other people's content. But I've been saying to a few people on my own channel, Martin Shine, over the last few days, I've been going live local time later in the evening just to say I'm still here, but basically I've been so busy there hasn't been any content to share with people or show people, but that's going to start happening next month, which is frightening, only about 2 or 3 days away now, the time we do all that. 180 viewers so far, says Chris. Absolutely, I've been just sort of noting that down as we've been going along then. Thank you very much, Chris, for joining us, by the way, and of course, well, everyone, Eleanor, Irvin, and who else have we got here? Sport for the Blind. We have Tim, as we've said. Or is that August as well? West. Cheers, all being said there. Thank you very much.
Sports for the Blind. Is that like a Monty Python thing or what?
No idea. But perhaps next time, if not before, we'll be told, and someone will join us and explain more. 250 miles east of Seattle. So is that going towards Utah without me looking at the map? I think Utah's next to Seattle, isn't it, up there? Or is it one?
No. You're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. West is the ocean, dude. West is the ocean.
No, but
east. He's east. He's actually east. Yeah.
Jimmy, can we see the bottle, please? If not the glass, just to see what's going on there, because I think
the Chateau Cantaloupe Lestat.
Yeah, I think we might need to say goodbye a few seconds.
Yes, Eleanor, it was great meeting you. Hopefully, you'll come on and talk.
Absolutely. So listen, we're going to call it a day here, and the day being, once again, as we say this, and goodness me, it's 11 minutes past 4 p.m. local time here as I say this, 29th of January. It's a Friday, 2021. For Jimmy, it's already tomorrow, as we've established, because he's based in Japan, in Nagoya. And already it's the 30th of January. It's 11 minutes past, 2 a.m.? I can't work it out.
Come on.
6.
Martin, wait a second.
3 a.m. 11
Hold
past
on a second. Martin, hold on. Sports for the Blind. I'm sorry. I don't want to be insulting, but are you serious? Put that comment up on.
It is on the screen as we say.
We do like blind baseball. Are you joking with me?
No, why not?
Put the next comment up.
The next comment did go up. They're all going up.
No.
They're going up as fast as we can get them on the screen, Jimmy.
Like blind, you didn't put like blind baseball up.
We did. We did.
Are you serious? Look up Beep Baseball on YouTube. Are you serious?
Jimmy, it looks like we've got something to do now. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to look it up. It's insane.
I think you should.
If it's real, that's great. But what are they playing baseball by sonar?
You're going to have to go check it out. But for now, this has come to an end. Do you know why?
Yes.
I
want to hear about that.
Right, excellent. Thank you once again so much to everyone. Stay safe. Okay, thanks for the comments and everything else. Bring him up for an interview, says August. We certainly can.
Yes,
if you'd like
let's do that.
For the Blind, please do share, follow. I think you said you're already following, and you can always
let's follow him. Let's follow Sports for the Blind.
Email us, everyone. I'm not going to put it on the screen. If someone wants to type it, I'd appreciate it. But you can always contact us, info@shinecast.live. That's the email address, and tell us more. We'll certainly get it. Anyone that's got an awesome story or anecdote to tell on here in due course. Yeah. So again, Brenda says goodbye along with everyone else, and thank you all for watching. It's been a marvelous final Friday's broadcast of January.
Good night, good afternoon, good morning, whatever.
Thank you very much, Jimmy. Bye bye for now.
Bye bye.
Hey, well, there you have it. There. Oh, look, it's going too well. When I press the right buttons, things happen. That's good. And I am pressing the right buttons. Stay safe, everyone. Please do share, like, and follow. For now, though, this is Martin Shine also saying thanks for watching ShineCast. Bye-bye. Where are we? Hey, Jimmy. We can get rid of that. Don't know why that's on there. There we are, the blue. Can you hear me, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'll see you on Skype.
You see everyone. Oh, you mean offline? Yeah, we will use Skype if you want to. But this is the bit that everyone's thinking, what's happening there? What's going on? Well, this is just the bit now because we kind of will be chopping the podcast and possibly posting it elsewhere with all this stuff before the original titles got underway eventually properly, right, Jimmy? Yeah. And the final one too. Thanks, everyone. We'll catch you soon. Stay safe. Bye-bye.